All right, welcome back to the podcast. Episode 168. Mark, I've been wrestling with something I read this week, and it's got my brain buzzing. Maybe not buzzing in a good way, you know?
Oh yeah? Lay it on me, Jenny. What fascinating and potentially terrifying corner of the tech world are we diving into today?
It's about ransomware, but not the kind we usually talk about. Square X disclosed this new type. They're calling it browser-native ransomware.
Browser native? Okay, wait, let me get this straight. Like it runs times your web browser? No downloading needed?
Exactly. That's the wild part. Unlike traditional ransomware that needs to download an executable file and mess with your local drives, this lives entirely within the browser environment. It's all happening in that tab.
Huh. So it doesn't encrypt files on your computer? What does it? Ransom then? Your bookmarks?
That's where it gets really clever. And frankly, a bit scary. Instead of local files, it targets your digital identity, specifically your access to cloud services and SaaS platforms. Your online life.
Whoa! Like your Google Drive or your Salesforce account? The stuff we rely on for? Everything now?
Yep. Think about it. So much of our work and personal data now lives in the cloud. This ransomware goes after your authentication tokens, your cookies, the things that tell your browser who you are and what you have access to in those cloud apps. It's stealing your digital ID card, essentially.
Okay, wait, how does it even get in there without downloading anything? Magic internet pixie dust?
Social engineering is a big part of it. Phishing emails are common. They might trick you into installing a malicious browser extension. Maybe something pretending to be a productivity tool with some cool new AI feature. Something that looks helpful.
Ah, the old, install this extension to make your life easier bait. Classic.
Precisely. And this extension slyly requests permissions, like accessing your data on various websites or reading your emails. Permissions you might not even think twice about clicking yes to. Once installed, it can hijack your browser session, grab those precious OAuth tokens, and start acting on your behalf within your cloud accounts. It's like giving someone the keys to your entire online filing cabinet.
And then, it encrypts everything in your cloud storage? Or holds your contacts hostage?
Or deletes it. Or changes passwords across all your connected services, locking you out entirely. The research from SquareX even mentions attackers using AI agents to automate resetting passwords across connected SaaS apps once they have initial access. They scan your emails for registration confirmations and then automate the password resets using the platform's own APIs. It's disturbingly efficient.
AI for automating the attack? That's a significant level up. It takes the grunt work out of being a digital villain.
Right? It reduces the attacker's effort while potentially scaling the impact dramatically. Think about an organization where one person falls for a phishing email. If that ransomware gets hold of their cloud identity, it could potentially propagate and affect numerous services and users within the company because of how interconnected everything is in cloud environments. It's a potential ripple effect.
So what makes this so much harder to detect than regular ransomware that, locks up your C drive?
That's a key point Vivek Ramachandran, the founder of SquareX, makes. Traditional security tools, like endpoint detection and response, or EDR, they're built to spot malicious files and processes running asterisk on your computer. But browser-native ransomware doesn't involve files being downloaded and executed in the traditional sense. It's not living on your hard drive in the same way.
Got it. It's hiding in plain sight within the browser, which EDR isn't designed to deep inspect at that level. It's like looking for a whale in the ocean, but you're only scanning the land.
Exactly. Vivek says, and I'm quoting here, while EDR's antiviruses defend traditional ransomware effectively, the future requires native understanding of client-side identity flows. Browsers are endpoints now. And he's right. If our browsing activity is where we access all our critical data, then the browser itself needs robust security monitoring. It's a fundamental shift in where the endpoint is.
That's a big shift in how we think about security, for sure. It feels like we're always playing catch-up. So if EDR isn't enough, what can we actually do about this? Just pray?
Well, hopefully more than that. SquareX is pushing for what they call browser detection and response, or BDR solutions. These are designed to specifically monitor what happens times inside times the browser. Looking for suspicious extension behavior, monitoring when an extension or script tries to access sensitive cloud data, or detecting rapid password resets across different platforms. It's like having a security guard specifically for your browser window.
Kind of like EDR, but focused on the browser instead of the operating system. A browser-specific bodyguard.
Precisely. It's about having visibility into those client-side identity flows. For individuals, that means being extremely cautious about what browser extensions you install and what permissions you grant them. Read reviews. Check the developer. Understand to time exactly what it's asking for access to. That free game or cool wallpaper extension might be more than it appears.
Okay, so be a skeptic about extensions. Got it. And for organizations?
Beyond looking at BDR solutions, it reinforces the need for zero-trust principles and least privilege access. Even if an attacker compromises one account through a browser vulnerability, limiting what that single account can access across the entire organization can contain the damage. Think of it as compartmentalizing risk. Also, things like multi-factor authentication for everything, especially cloud services, are more critical than ever.
Makes sense. If they get your password but can't get past the second factor, the attack chain breaks. It's like having two locks instead of one.
Yep. But you can see why this is such a concern. The attack surface has expanded so much as we've moved to the cloud. And now attackers are innovating to exploit that by targeting the very interface we use to access those resources. It's an evolving landscape. And not always for the better.
And with AI becoming more accessible, automating these steps, it feels like this threat is only going to grow. The bad guys get smarter tools too.
That's the prediction from the research. Expect to see more browser-focused attacks leveraging automation. It means security needs to evolve rapidly to keep up. We need security solutions with behavioral analytics, monitoring identity mutations during active sessions. We need automated response workflows that can revoke anomalous token issuances before widespread damage occurs. It's not just about detecting a bad file anymore, it's about detecting bad PIMS behavior online.
So the takeaway is, be careful what extensions you install, understand the permissions you grant, use MFA on everything, and organizations need to start seriously considering security solutions that specifically watch browser activity.
Absolutely. The speed of cloud migration has outstripped our ability to secure identity flows at the client side. This asymmetry creates a perfect storm. It's a wake-up call for sure. We kind of zoomed into the cloud without fully figuring out how to keep everything locked down at the door.
Well, thanks for breaking that down, Mark. It's a little unnerving, but knowing about it is definitely the first step. Forewarned is slightly less terrified.
Anytime, Jenny. Stay safe out there and vet those browser extensions. Treat them like you're inviting a stranger into your very sensitive digital home.
Will do. And that's all for this time. We'll catch you on the next episode.